I mean, you're stressing upon skills. So, what is the Loksatta agenda on youth and?
If it is the economic agenda for the youth, there's also another agenda for the youth, and that is their role in the public service, either as volunteers or as political players. But to take the economic agenda to start with, we all know that we have 73% of Indians below 35 years of age. Between 18 and 35, they alone constitute half of all the adult population of India. If you take all the voting age population above 18 years of age, 50% are below 35 years of age. It's a huge number. And a large number of them have from literacy to some degree of education. Despite some education and literacy, most of these people, their incomes are appallingly low, or they are unemployed or underemployed. Why? In a country which is rapidly growing, even today when there is some economic decline, we are looking at 7.5% growth rate, which is not small. And there is a large number of people required to work in a variety of fields for economic growth of this country. So India needs skilled people to fulfill her needs of the growing population in education, in healthcare, industrialization, in infrastructure, in a variety of other sectors. India needs a large number of young people. Young people require employment. But the tragedy is there is a complete mismatch between the people's need across the state and the country and the young people's need for employment. It's a classic case of, that poem by Coleridge, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. You have water all around in the ocean, but you can't really drink, you can't quench your thirst. So you have lakhs of people who require employment, and yet they are not capable of fulfilling the needs of the community, of the society. Therefore, you must prepare them for the needs of the society. Because our education is flawed, because we have not given them skills, we have a problem. And therefore, we can look at education improvement, but that's a medium-term solution. But today, there is a huge reservoir of young people, boys and girls, men and women, who need to be employed, who need to be given skills. Therefore, a massive program to provide skills to them. In all of India, probably you require to provide skills to about 2 crore such people, 20 million such young people immediately. With some education, give them skills from 3 months to 1 year, depending on the market demands locally and their own background and their own inclination. And at the public expense, give them skills. And also give them some stipend during the training period so that they don't have to depend on the parents and family. They have the self-esteem. They learn to live by themselves, and therefore tomorrow they are seeking out a job, and they are able to live on their own. And then do that with the private sector participation and banks participation. Because private sector understands what are the skills required. They are the ones to employ in a large measure. Public sector cannot employ a large number of people. Yes, in some sectors you do require a large number of people in the public sector, because Indian public employment is very skewed. Education, there is a tremendous shortage because government did not invest adequately. We don't have enough teachers in the public sector. Healthcare, it's in shambles. Similarly, policing, judiciary, and more courts and justice delivery, electricity and sectors like that to improve the quality of distribution and management. You require a large manpower in public sector. But otherwise, most employment is going to be in private sector. Unless they are involved in training, even if it is publicly funded, you will not get the kind of placements that are required. The training will be futile. Also involve the banks, because many of them will be self-employed. Once the banks are involved from the beginning, they can assess the caliber of these people and their own inclination, their own interests and aptitude, and then give them the kind of financial support required to be able to survive on their own, whether about a mechanic or something else. There are a large number of trades and professions, in services sector in particular, which require a large number of self-employed people in this country.